Hey, this is Lorena, and I wanted to do a video for you on how to fabric books. Is that the word? How to glue fabric on books, or how to restore a book with fabric. I don't know. But what I ended up doing is I have some old Bibles that I found at my church that are in real bad condition, and I wanted to use some fabric or UFOs or quilt blocks that I have laying around and kind of restore them or fabric them and kind of keep them in use. So this is what it's going to look like. So I hope you like this video, and it's easy to do. It only takes a couple minutes to do per book, probably 20. So all right, come on, let's go fabric book fabric thing. All right, let's just start. All right, some of the materials you're going to need is you're going to need heat and bond. I recommend you get the Ultra Hold. The reason you want the Ultra Hold, it works the best instead of the light or medium heat and bond. This one seems to secure that fabric into whatever book or paperback book that you have. Pick your fabric and go ahead and cut yourself a piece of heat and bond, and then you're going to go ahead and iron your fabric. Make sure your fabric's nice and ironed, and then lay the heat and bond. There's a gummy side on the heat and bond. Lay it onto your fabric. Iron the fabric to the heat bond with no steam. No steam. And then you're gonna go ahead and flip the fabric over and iron the paper side. It really doesn't matter where you iron. If you want to iron the paper side first or the other side, they both work. Don't worry, it works. Now you have your fabric ironed, go ahead and trim it down. I recommend whatever size journal book that you're going to do this on, that you give yourself an inch. So measure your book, the width, the length, and add an inch to it, and that's going to work the best. You're going to take that paper piece off of that fabric, you know, that paper side, just peel it out, and then you're going to lay your book on top of it. Make sure you center, and this is my recommendation. Go ahead and trim like the corners off, all four corners, but give yourself about a fourth distance from your corner, and then in the center of the binding of the book, make 45-degree angle cuts on the center binding. So when you're folding the fabric over on, you know, this is not a lid, can't, oh my God, on this, it folds over nicely, okay? Once you have your corners cut, I recommend that you iron one side of the book to the fabric to the book so that you stabilize it a little bit. Now you don't have to. I just noticed that when I ironed the top area of the book, it gave it a little bit more stability and the fabric didn't move around. It kind of stuck it down, and then I was able to start working on my corners. Now let's talk the corners. I recommend that you cut on the edge of the book a 90-degree cut vertically, a 90-degree cut horizontally, and that's gonna make like a little flappy triangle on the corner. After you do that, you get your iron and you bring in that flap first and just stick it down, and then you're able to bring the flaps on each side, and it makes a really pretty, sweet, clean, nice tucked in fold. That nice tucked in fold, that's what you want. So if you cut this as a triangle and flip it in, and you work from the corners first and then tuck all the other sides in, the top side and the left side, however you want to start, it gives it a nice tucked in pleat, not a whole bunch of pleats. So I found that works the best for me, okay? And then after that, you're gonna do the opposite, you know, side of your book. I recommend you iron the top area first, but really it doesn't matter. It's whatever you're comfortable with. As you do this, you get better at it. And then the top area where the binding is, or where you cut the 45 degrees, you're gonna have these little flaps of fabric. Go ahead and start tucking them in to the binding of the book. Am I saying that right? Is it the binding of the book? This area of the book, start tucking in the fabric. I recommend you use some scissors or something, and then you get your iron and iron this area down to make sure that it's nice and stable, and whatever you tucked in is ironed from the heat too in here, okay? Now after I did that, I had, you know, some fold overs that were kind of sloppy. It wasn't as clean as I wanted to, so I went ahead and I got some extra fabric and I ironed that same heat and bond to it, and I cut a good enough size piece for the inside of the book. Now on the one area you can see that I cut a pretty good sized piece that it fit perfectly, but then on the other side I had just scrap pieces. So even if you have scrap pieces, you can heat and bond them on and iron them and it won't peel up or come off. And then I also used a sweet little piece of purple fabric that I had left over from other books that I did this to, and kind of just put like a decorative element to it. Yeah, I'm trying to make it pretty instead of it looking messy. Now, this project is really simple to do. It doesn't take a lot of time. Well, I really do thank you for watching, and I hope you like this video. So I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.